Viewmasters, it's the podcast that we do. Viewmasters, talk about movies that we view. Viewmasters, my friend Eric and me, Joe. Viewmasters, hey, let's start the show.
Hello, welcome to the Viewmasters, episode 205, The Seventh Seal. My name is Eric.
My name is Joe.
Hello, Joe.
Hello, Eric.
We are possibly the most socially distancing podcast currently going.
That's right, yeah. 6 feet between people. Try thousands of miles.
Yep. The only way it could get farther is if we were in different countries.
That's true. Would we even be allowed to do this? I think the president has banned international podcasting.
Ah, that fucker.
I know.
I hope.
You know,
Yeah.
we got to stop the podcast disease.
Oh, man. Of course, you know, by the time this episode actually comes out, this will all have probably blown over.
Will it? I don't know.
It won't have.
No, it definitely won't.
Things are going to get so much worse.
We're 18 months out from a vaccine, kids.
Yeah, like people think like 2 weeks of self-quarantine is going to solve all this. It is not.
Yeah, it's really not.
Things are going to go poorly.
Oh, good times.
Yep. It has been a week already, and I still can't get to the grocery store because it is too crowded.
Oh, no.
What the fuck is happening?
Well, at least you're not in Florida on spring break with all the other stupid assholes.
God damn it. I have a friend who lives in Florida, and she works in the medical profession, and she just texted me earlier today that said they got their first positive.
Nice.
Yeah, so, you know, things are fantastic.
Yikes.
So let's go ahead and watch a movie about death and the plague.
Yeah, that, I wasn't really aware that's what this was about when I picked it. I thought it'd be nice for Max von Sydow, but maybe we should have just watched Flash Gordon.
Oh boy, what a weirdly topical movie this turned out to be.
It really was. Oh, it was just like Jared Leto coming out of his 12-day silent meditation to discover the coronavirus sweeping the earth.
What?
Did you not hear about that?
No.
Oh yeah, so apparently a couple days ago, Jared Leto came out of some like retreat that he'd been on where he didn't have any devices or any contact with the outside world, and he came out and discovered all the coronavirus stuff that's going on, and so he decided to go right back into his retreat.
Well, I mean, hey, if you can afford it, why not?
I know, and honestly, it's a positive for everybody, because it means we don't have to hear from Jared Leto during all of this crap.
That is also true. Maybe they'll indefinitely postpone Morbius.
Maybe.
Oh, that movie looks terrible.
I forgot all about that.
You are lucky.
The Seventh Seal.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna level with you right off the bat.
Okay.
I'm exhausted. Mentally and physically and emotionally by everything that's going on in the world.
Sure.
So I may have dozed a little bit while I was watching this.
All right.
But the stuff that I was fully awake and alert for, I really enjoyed.
That's good. Likewise, exhausted by everything.
Right.
I After half an hour, I paused it and took an hour and a half nap.
Nice. I wish I'd budgeted that kind of time.
And so then basically I was just groggy throughout the rest.
Okay. So I hope no one came looking for super intelligent discussion about a classic of world cinema.
Why would they ever from us
That's
anyway?
true.
Yeah.
That's fair. If they're listening to this at all, they probably know what to expect.
Yeah, we're dumb. So you had never seen this before, correct?
I had not seen this before.
Okay. I had, and I can safely say right now, I remembered nothing beyond just the basic premise.
Right. Yeah, that was pretty much all that I knew about it. Like I think I said last week, I knew that Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey included a parody of this movie. That was as far as my knowledge of The Seventh Seal went.
Yeah, up until a few years ago, I was in the 10 years ago.
Right.
I was in the same boat. And yeah, I remembered almost no details about this movie whatsoever. To the point where, if you'd asked me a week ago, I would have said that when I watched the movie for the first time, it was in English.
Wow.
It clearly could not have been.
No.
Because I don't think...
Unless you saw some sort of dubbed version.
Yeah, I don't think... when watching a foreign movie, I usually try to go subtitles as much as humanly possible, unless, there's no other option. So I would have seen this with subtitles, but I do not remember it being in Swedish.
I feel like when I watch a movie that's subtitled, there comes a point where I stop being aware of the subtitles.
Sure.
And yeah, I definitely had that a few times while I was watching this, that I was just like just watching it, and you're reading along with it, but you're hearing the actors' voices, and
right.
it's all sort of melding in your brain. It's an interesting phenomenon that happens. I assume it happens to everyone.
Yeah, I think that happens to me. There was one part though where I, in fucking modern culture, I picked up my phone and I started looking at it.
Yeah.
And realized that, I don't understand anything that's being said. And I just had to put my phone away. I hid it behind my chair.
Wow.
And then rewound the 30 seconds that I missed.
I mean, at least it was only 30 seconds.
Yeah. Definitely could have been worse. I really need to get in the habits of just putting away my phone when I watch movies, even just for fun.
Yeah.
Because I'm realizing that, I am missing a lot, even just in the stupidest shit. I watched the Mark Wahlberg Spencer Confidential last weekend. And,
all right.
I enjoyed it, but I also could not tell you what happens in it. Because I spent half of the time on my phone while it was on.
So, I wonder, can you really say you enjoyed a movie if you were on your phone for that long?
Yeah, it's an issue. It's definitely an issue.
Yeah, I mean, there are definitely TV shows that I will put on because I know I'm just going to be on my phone.
Right.
Like I think I've mentioned that. I don't know if I've mentioned it on the podcast, but we have been watching Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
Which is not a good show.
Not at all, no.
But it's a great show to have on while I'm just playing games on my phone.
I can see that.
Because I don't have to pay a lot of attention to it.
Right?
I can drift in and out and make fun of it every now and then. So in that respect, I really enjoy Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah. A friend of mine, I was explaining to her that sometimes I just like to watch terrible, terrible shit. And she was getting mad at me because, she's like, there's so much good stuff out in the world. Why would you waste your time just watching bad movies? And I was just like, well, because I want to do other stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, I can, draw or play on my phone or play a game while, a fucking terrible movie is on, because I know that I can just ignore it.
Exactly.
If I'm watching something good, then, I want to at least try to pay attention, and then I can't do anything else.
Yeah.
And then it almost feels like I'm wasting time. Even though, I should just be enjoying this good movie. I'm just instead, dicking around on Twitter,
Right.
Yeah. Igmar Bergman never foresaw this.
He really didn't. Yeah. So, do you want to just talk a little bit about what I guess what is the story of the Seventh Seal? Like, you got a knight and his squire coming back from the Crusades.
Yep.
And the knight is dying.
Yeah.
Sort of, right?
Sort of, yeah.
Or like death is coming for the knight. He's not like, he didn't seem like he was injured or anything, but he is going to die basically.
Yes.
And he challenges death to a game of chess as a way to sort of hold off his impending death.
Right. He essentially he is a man who went to the Crusades, under the guise of having just, incredible faith in God, and has returned basically broken and, lost all of his faith. And he just wants to perform one meaningful act before he dies.
Right.
And he is trying to postpone his death for as long as he can, by seeing if he can at least stall death with a game of chess.
Yeah.
And then along the way they make a lot of friends.
They do. It turns out that death was the friends they made along the way.
And then they all died.
And then they almost all of them. But also the Black Death is in there as well, because
yes.
Why not?
Yep. It's the plague, time of plagues. Because let's take the cheerfulness down a notch from our movie about death.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So I don't know what I thought of this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It tends to drag.
It does, yeah. Like it felt like a play.
Yeah.
And in that respect, I don't know that I don't know. Yeah. I don't know that it was visually exciting as a movie.
Yeah. Nor is there a ton to the story.
Right, yeah. It's a road trip movie.
Yeah, but there's no real goal. Little things happen here and there for some of the minor characters. all we know is the knight, Antonius Block, wants to perform one meaningful act, but he never really goes out of his way to try to do that.
Yeah.
He just winds up in situations where he, he's attempting to seek answers from God, from any place that he can. And it does not make for exciting cinema.
No. Hence my dozing.
Right, yeah. And, like, I know that it's not bad.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Like, the scenes are compelling.
Yeah.
I just don't know what it all adds up to.
Right. And it's weird, and because it's like this very heady drama, with trying, I think, to ask these big questions, and is also just a super downer.
Right.
But at the same time, there's like moments where it's like, am I watching a Three Stooges thing? Like, why are we spending 20 minutes with, like, this juggler? And, why is Death walking around carrying a hacksaw?
No, that's Death's famous hacksaw. Everybody knows that.
And so, I was a little off put by some of that for sure.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, there's a larger cast of characters than I expected there to be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, going into it, I knew Knight plays chess with Death, so I kind of thought it was just going to be two characters the whole time.
Right.
So the fact that there were more than two characters was a shock. But yeah, there's the sort of traveling performers. And then just like village randos.
Yeah.
There's the people who flagellate themselves, which thankfully we didn't spend a ton of time with.
Yeah, a little too much still.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, there is a lot to take in this movie. I was gonna say there's a lot going on, but there's really not a lot going on.
No, because every single one of those scenes is very isolated. And they all take their sweet time, playing through their scenes there.
Right.
And,
yeah, I think that's why it felt like a play to me.
Yeah. Which it was adapted from a play of sorts.
Oh, well, there you go.
Ingmar Bergman had written this as a play originally, and adapted it to film during a hospital stay.
Gotcha.
So I don't know, how closely it does resemble the play or not, but you've mentioned it like 3 or 4 times, so it clearly has some holdover from it.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. Like I definitely can't say this movie is bad. But and maybe it is just the state of the world today and everything that we are going through collectively. That just it made it a difficult watch.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, like I said, I had completely forgotten almost everything about this movie, and to discover just how relevant it is to things happening now was weird and upsetting.
It was a shock, that's for sure.
This, I can't do math. 50-something-year-old movie?
Yeah, 63-year-old movie.
Jesus.
Right? This is 1957.
Right. Yeah. 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 That's that amount of time.
Yeah.
Huh. That's weird. Man, that means my brothers are almost 60.
Oh, wow.
That's weird. Anyway.
How old was Max von Sydow in this, do you know?
I do not know. That is a good question.
Because he had a full head of white hair, I think, unless he was blonde.
I think he's just blonde. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a black and white movie, Joe.
That's... What? I watched a colorized version. And there's a time-traveling phone booth in it. Did you not see that part?
Fuck, no. That must have been when I paused it.
Must have.
And when I played it back again, it just jumped all over that part.
Yeah, it's you got to pay close attention. You'll see it in the background of one of the shots.
I am currently looking up Max von Sydow.
Gotcha.
So he was born in 1929.
Okay.
So he would have been 28?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess possibly 27, depending when they filmed it.
Yeah.
And that's, I don't know, it's one of those things where, like, if you watch old movies sometimes, and it could just be, hard lives, but people seem way older than, like, they actually are in some older movies.
Yeah.
Because he definitely did not seem what I remember, like, us being at, like, 27.
Right.
Like, he definitely, I would have guessed 40?
Yeah, I definitely would have. I think as I was watching it, I was trying to figure out how old he was, and I was like, I don't know, late 40s, maybe? I know that would have made him super old when he passed away, but,
Yeah, so
it's what it seemed like.
And, yeah, he did just pass away, like, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, I think it was 2 weeks ago.
And he was 90-something? Or close to 90?
Yeah.
Again, math is, this is why I went to art school.
Let's say you said he was born in 27, 28?
He was born
29?
in 1929, yeah.
In 29, so yeah, he would have been 90...
91.
91.
Yeah, roughly, yeah, 91.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Alright, well, so, yeah.
And I mean, part of that, too, is, in the movie, he's playing a soldier who's just come back from this horrific experience.
Right.
And so maybe part of what I'm seeing as he seems older is just the sort of wear and weariness that he's playing.
Sure.
In the movie, in which case, that's really good.
Yeah. Because, as I was watching it, again, I was also trying to guess, like, how old he would be. And I remember at one point thinking, well, he looks so much younger in Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
Which was, 20 years after this movie. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, I feel like maybe it's probably a movie that doesn't have any definitive answers to anything, and that's sort of the point of it, but I don't know, I don't know. I like I said, I enjoyed watching it.
Sure.
I'm still mulling over what to make of it.
Right. I think that's sort of where I stand as well on it. Again, I can definitely tell you that I didn't dislike it. But, yeah, it was, it's also a hard movie to like.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Yeah. I don't.
Long silence is just like in The Seventh Seal.
Yeah.
That's the time where the audience is supposed to think over what's happening in the movie.
And for us, it's when we can't think.
Right.
I was going to say that the movie does posit one definitive answer for all of its questions basically, and that no matter what, we all die.
That's true.
Yeah. And I think that is possibly the main point of this movie is that no matter what happens, like we all end up the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say the beach that they are on, that what is his name? Antonius Block?
Yes.
That he and his squire are on at the very beginning reminded me a lot of the beach from the end of Planet of the Apes. So, like, I just kept imagining them running into Charlton Heston.
Alrighty.
That's a random observation.
That's fair.
And then the other thing that made me laugh was while I was towards the end of this movie, Jenny came out because she was in her office, and she came out to the living room where I was watching it, and she sat down, and then like as Death is in the castle with them, and they're all sort of facing the camera. Yeah. She said, like, none of them look like samurai. And she thought that I was watching Seven Samurai and not the Seventh Seal. I was just imagining her confusion, like, where are all the swords?
Well, there were swords.
That made me... I guess there were swords.
Yeah.
But that made me laugh, too.
Yeah.
Because she's right, none of them do look like samurai.
No, yeah, she is 100% correct. So what did you think about the Squire, or did you fall asleep through his scenes?
I didn't like the part where he told the woman that he abducts that he could have raped her. Like that, I was enjoying him up until that point, and that left a real bad taste in my mouth. Like, that's just unnecessary to say, sir.
Yeah, I thought of you during that scene, exactly.
That's weird.
Just because I knew that...
you knew that's what I was going to say?
Yeah. I knew you would have an issue with that.
It was
as
upsetting.
Well you should.
Yeah. Like, that's not a normal thing you say to someone.
Nope. That is not casual conversation.
No.
That is not how you introduce yourself to a person.
No. And he said something else like, if I'm lucky, my wife is dead by now, so I'm gonna need a housekeeper.
Yep.
Yeah, he's an interesting guy.
And, I mean, to be fair, he didn't really abduct her. He just, strongly suggested that she follow him.
Because of the implication.
Sure.
He used the dentist system on her.
The what?
Oh, from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Oh. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, he was interesting.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, all the characters are, at the very least interesting.
Yeah.
The actor who has visions and his wife, they were very interesting as well. Just I felt at times there was too much focus on them.
Yeah.
But again, I think that's just the, casual nature of the movie.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
I actually did really enjoy those characters.
Sure. Yeah. I just felt like the intertwining of their characters and the knight's character could have been a little tighter.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. And the movie's only an hour and a half, but it feels a little long in times.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a cinema classic, so who am I to say anything bad about it?
That's true. We're just a couple of dummies from America.
Yep.
I would say I might watch it again, just to catch the stuff that I dozed through. I may have, and I think now knowing what to expect from it, I may have more of an appreciation for it.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I could watch it again. At least maybe I'll wait another 10 years.
There you go.
Yeah. Or at least until our current issues with death and the plague are over.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good point too.
Yeah.
Once we're out of the woods on this one in 6 years.
Yeah. By then we'll have a whole new thing.
That's true.
The world's on fire.
Yeah. This is Earth fighting back.
Yeah, yeah.
I saw someone say that this is a less exciting version of The Happening. Which, how do you get less exciting than The Happening? But okay.
That's a difficult task. I mean, I can definitely tell you that I feel more tension and drama just living life now than I ever did watching any moment of The Happening.
Yeah.
Because that is a terrible fucking movie.
I actually have not seen The Happening.
I caught it last year on TV while at work.
Nice.
And I was like, ooh, this lives up to its reputation. It is not good.
All right.
Not a Mark Wahlberg classic.
No,
unlike
what?
Spencer Confidential.
Is that a Mark Wahlberg classic?
It is now.
All right. What are other Mark Wahlberg classics?
Four Brothers? Was that him?
Yeah, I think that was him.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, Boogie Nights for sure.
Oh yeah, that's true. All right.
Yeah. Unironically.
Yeah. I would say I Heart Huckabees, though less because of Mark Wahlberg.
Sure, yeah, I enjoyed that movie. Although, I enjoyed his character in that movie as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite Mark Wahlberg classic is where he said that 9/11 wouldn't have happened if he'd been on the plane, though. That's all-time
sure.
Mark Wahlberg classic.
Yeah, no. Well, that and, didn't he, beat up an Asian man once? Because he's a racist.
Probably.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
I think that's the thing that happened. And of course, we can't forget Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, Good Vibrations.
That's right. Come on, come on, come on. And Entourage.
Is Vinny gonna do the Aquaman movie?
I know. We gotta get Ian Turtle to talk him into it.
So I've never seen that show. I don't know what any of those characters actually look like. I just know about the Aquaman subplot because it's in my wheelhouse.
Right, that makes sense.
Was that guy? Did he have a cameo in Aquaman? And if not, why not?
I actually never saw Aquaman,
Oh,
so
okay.
I don't know. I have seen some of Entourage, though.
Oh, weird. I have seen Aquaman.
I think I watched maybe the first 2 seasons of Entourage for some reason. I don't know why.
That is excessive.
I know. Yeah.
So, for whatever reason, I moved a couple months ago, and I wound up going to the Dollar Tree a lot to just buy random things for the house.
Right.
And I have always known that Dollar Tree had movies like DVDs and stuff, but 99% of them are all either Christian children's shows or workout videos.
Right.
And I started discovering that, like, occasionally they get, like, really good movies. But the one that they constantly always have and just have an excess of is Entourage the movie on Blu-ray. For $1.
That's still more than you should pay for that movie.
That is why I have not bought it.
Well, also, you haven't seen the show. You'd be completely lost.
That is also true.
No, I actually I started hitting up my local Dollar Tree after you found the Captain America made for TV movies.
Yes.
At your Dollar Tree, and I was like, "Ooh, well, I want those." So I started going to Dollar Tree, and they never have anything good.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Lately, I've found a lot of the DC animated movies.
Okay.
Like All-Star Superman, Justice League Gods and Monsters, Superman versus the Elite,
Ooh.
Justice League Doom. Yeah, and then what else have I found? I found the Veronica Mars movie, Wet Hot American Summer, Inherent Vice.
I haven't seen Inherent Vice, but the other ones, those are good finds.
Yeah, and I would highly recommend Inherent Vice.
All right.
Especially for $1.
Yeah,
if they have it in your area. Which sounds like they may not.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. I did buy out all the Captain Americas that I found.
Nice.
Yeah. And then sold a bunch of them.
You flipper monster.
Yeah. Just preparing for hand sanitizer.
It was your warm-up for the pandemic.
Yep. The red-brown Captain America movies.
Yeah.
Cinematic classics.
I know the second one has Christopher Lee in it, but I've never seen that one.
It does, and you know what? I enjoy both of those movies.
Yeah, I've seen the first one many times, and I actually do really like that one.
Yeah, they're fun and stupid.
Yeah.
It's weird that you just mentioned Christopher Lee, because for a little bit of time, I would occasionally get confused between Christopher Lee, Christopher Plummer, and Max von Sydow.
I can see that, absolutely.
No, like, they are all three very similar actors.
Yeah. I would put F. Murray Abraham in that category as well for me.
He's got such a distinctive face, though.
See, I, for some reason, always confuse him and Christopher Plummer.
Huh. All right.
I don't know. I also have face blindness, so it makes it difficult to watch things.
Is that why I've always had to reintroduce myself to you, even though we've known each other like 20 years?
That could be.
Huh.
Yeah,
well,
I mean,
that makes sense.
The podcast is going a lot better because I can't see your face, so I just hear your voice, and I'm like, oh, that's Eric.
It does seem to be going better than when we were actually here together. And now we can't get each other sick, so it's great.
And it is perfect.
So Seventh Seal.
Seventh Seal, not Seven Samurai.
Nope. I mean, you know, I don't know that I could fully recommend it, but only because it is bleak.
It is bleak, yeah. Maybe don't watch it right now. Maybe watch it in a year and a half.
Yeah. I think, yeah, it's definitely worth watching just because it is such a classic. I remember on Gutter Trash when I think this was one of my missed classics when I picked it.
Okay.
You know, but I found with a lot of those that, you know, I watched the movie and I'm like, okay, yes, this is a good movie. But I also don't think it's as, you know, good as every single person has ever made it out to be.
Right.
You know, there's always, like, just a slight level of disappointment when things get built up so much.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But yeah, I think for sure, definitely in our current climate, it was a rough watch.
Yeah. So do you have a lighter pick for us for next week?
I have been struggling trying to figure out something to watch.
Oh no. Contagion it is.
That is also one I've watched for Gutter Trash.
We actually just rewatched that over the weekend.
I have noticed on Netflix and on Prime that all the trending movies definitely seem to be plague-based.
Yeah, a lot of people watching Contagion, a lot of people watching Outbreak.
Yep. It's that's weird, right?
It is really weird. I saw someone describe it as confronting our fears in a controlled environment. And I can see that.
Yeah. So the movie I keep going back to in my head to watch. You may have already seen it. I don't know. I don't know what you do.
It's true. We're on entirely different sides of the country now.
Yep. But it recently came out, on DVD, Blu-ray, and it's available for rental, streaming wise. I apologize that you may have to pay a couple bucks, but I would really like to watch Knives Out.
Okay. Have you seen it yet?
I have not.
Oh, it's so good. I love it. Okay, sorry. Spoilers for next week.
Well, now I hope I hate it.
No, I will not have to pay anything for this because I bought it on Blu-ray when it came out.
Excellent. All right. I wanted to watch it when it came out in the theater, and just never had the opportunity to do so. And I haven't seen it, so I don't know, but it seems like it might be a lighter movie than The Seventh Seal.
No comment.
Okay. Alrighty. So, Knives Out.
Knives Out. Excellent.
Okay. Well then.
All right. We'll see you next week then.
See you next week. Stay safe. Stay healthy.
Yes. Wash your hands.
Wash your hands. Again, this will come out like a month from now, so hopefully we at least know the shape of the world then.
Yes, but if you need a 20-second song to sing to yourself while you're washing your hands, use our theme song.
Okay.
It's pretty much exactly 20 seconds. It'll get the job done.
Excellent. This is exciting for me because I've not heard this.
I know you haven't heard the theme song yet.
Alrighty. Well, then Knives Out next week.
All right. See you then.
And goodbye.
Goodbye.